invested with Swerve at the music. I'm invested in the ring. I'm invested in the entrance. I'm invested all the way around. When I see Daniel Bryan and Will Ospreay, I'm invested in they flipping shit in the ring. When that bell ring, that was great. But that's it. It ends for me. I don't want to buy their merch. I don't want to buy that shit. Swerve Strickland, people who I enjoy seeing. I can't wait to see what they have next.
What I hear from you is like what we sort of been talking about. The characters matter more than just getting in the ring and having a bell-to-bell match, and which is totally fine, and which is great because I do too. Of course, the matchup between Daniel Bryan and Will Ospreay. I mean, some people might call it a 5-star, 4-star match or whatever, but
it was great. I ain't gonna hate on it.
I ain't gonna hate on it either. It was good. But one thing I would say, this was the better pay-per-views from AEW that they did in a long time. It did, although that for some reason they like to go 4 hours each pay-per-view, but it didn't feel as long to me though. But I thought it was great. Everything from that matchup with Daniel Bryan and the ladder match, and I didn't expect Jack Perry to reappear.
Oh, that was pretty obvious.
That was trying to make that motherfucker.
That was obvious. Wow,
that was obvious.
I did not think that. That was over my head. So I was like, okay, wow. I mean, once the AEW security guys was always sort of on television came in the ring and did it, I was like, oh well, that's somebody, but I don't know who it was. I didn't think it was Jack Perry though. Yeah.
Warren's here.
Warren? Yeah, Warren. Yeah, Warren's here. What's going on, man? Got a nice haircut and everything, man. Look good.
Sore, but how's everybody?
Doing all right, man.
Oh man. How's everybody's doing? I know we're about to talk about. Well, I guess I ran into the AEW thing.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, so let's hear the duration. Everybody liked it.
It was good. It was good pay-per-view.
It was a good pay-per-view
because of this. Is that why?
I mean, that's part of it. That's definitely part of it.
Right, my thing about Will Ospreay and Daniel Bryan, like Bryan Danielson. I'm sorry, I'll say it by his name because it's actually his actual name, so I'll give him that part. But he's always gonna be Daniel Bryan to me. But that match was good. My biggest worry was obviously from me having the same background of what Daniel Bryan has been going through in his past with this next situation. I was curious what moves that Will Ospreay could avoid to protect Bryan in this match. And this is exactly where we get to this concept, and I'm probably going to be the Debbie Downer. It was a good match, but my thing is Will Ospreay has to take care of his opponent. And for him, and I get it, we get caught up in the moments and stuff like that, but you could tell Bryan was hurting. You could tell Bryan was having these little irritations when they were going into those movements. First and foremost, I don't care what his finisher is, whatever. Storm Driver should have never been performed on Bryan. I don't care what anyone said. He knows that that's an effective movement based off of a neck. There's no way to protect it in any possible way. Now, obviously with me and doctors have told many of us that have neck injuries before, you are pretty close to getting a seizure once and every now or then because your neck muscle has been torn, completely ripped in a possibility. So you have like a stigma to where if you take a certain contact, you will see what just happened. And it sucked that happened in that match because obviously it was a good match. Now, am I going to say it's the greatest pro wrestling match of all time? No. I would say the whole psychology aspect of it, Will Ospreay has got to trim down to adapt to a U.S. audience crowd. He's a phenomenal talent. Honestly, I will say it, he's one of a kind talent. This guy is literally the newest underhand guy that can you take in a philosophy standpoint. We've been talking about who's the next AJ Styles, who's the next Shawn Michaels, who's the next Seth Rollins. Ospreay is going to be this guy. He's got a good build.
I don't know about that.
He said, I call Will.
He's going to be a ring. He'll be a ring worker, but not based off his entrance, not based off a T-shirt merch or anything like that.
Yeah, in the ring, he's phenomenal, but that's about it, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, he's a created superstar in my opinion, man. It's like you set back, you created that
That I
guy on
see.
2K and put that boy everything up to
At
100, boy.
99 and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
hell
real.
yeah, man. The moves and everything. I'm like,
He's
wow,
gotta
but
have. He's gotta
I,
make it where it's gonna follow to the U.S. crowd. People gotta realize they.
but I think, but I
AEW
think
fans
they,
is a New Japan crowd, but you've also got to
yeah,
realize
but those, yeah, but
play
we all know,
tennis, not ping
yeah,
pong.
yeah, but we all know too, as well. I think the AEW fans, majority of them are they want to see more wrestling and less
Yeah.
talking. They're there because they want to obviously see the opposite of
Of
WWE.
WWE.
Now you got
I
some guys
agree.
are there that enjoy both. Now I'm just like both and that are fan of both or whatever. But I believe majority of everyone who tune in every Wednesday night and support AEW is those who are like, well, I'm done with WWE and AEW is over here. So it's like
I mean, it's
a
kind of still
and
the same. That's the
It,
thing.
yeah, it
People
is.
got to
it,
Yeah, it
realize
is
that
though.
it's a little
the
different.
presentation,
It is different.
character based stuff like that. That's not AEW. I will say that right off the rip. Character wise, AEW's got like 3 characters. Now, when you go to an established talent, right now you got 3 I can name off the top of my head. You got Swerve Strickland, and I'm not talking about the guys that came from WWE to go down there. I'm talking about people that literally have been off their thing. The reason why I say Swerve has been something that stood out because he's changed the whole concept of what his character has been. Same thing with John Moxley. John Moxley was a whole different description of what Dean Ambrose
From
was
Dean Ambrose.
presented.
Yep.
So I would give those 2. But the only ones else is like Timeless Tony Storm, MJF, stuff like that. But I mean, they still got some growing pains with it. But I like the show that they presented. But the thing is, people got to realize, bro, sports entertainment and pro wrestling is the same thing. And I'm not
Well,
going to hear.
we're getting there now. Yeah, we're getting back to that a
It's the
little bit
same
because
concept. Like it's just the fact that WWE's wanting to bring more of that old school wrestling type feel into
It,
it, less promos, but they're gonna do those things to introduce the
nah,
match.
they better get into promo. See, yeah, I don't know.
the whole
I want promos. I like the fact that it's separate. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm one of the people that I don't like the whole wanting to have everything like, oh, you can't say that or you can't. I don't like all that shit, like, barricading motherfuckers. But I do understand what Vince McMahon was talking about, man. He was trying to make a product that was different than everything else. It wasn't the same thing. So, yeah, you can go over there and wrestle AEW. But when you watch this shit, it's going to be a little bit more than that. You're going to be invested for different reasons. You might be invested in the motherfucker who barely wrestles. And that's because it's more character based, and I enjoy that because you
That's what
enjoy
I'm
the
told in
story.
wrestling school all the time is like, hey man, the most over gimmick is the one that doesn't have to take the least bumps that still gets a
I'm trying to
reaction.
tell you, man. Yeah. I mean, it's up until recently where you really started seeing AEW did bring to a broader audience, the type of New Japan wrestling, the type of even Ring of Honor and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That stuff was not as popularized as it is now. Just like ECW brought more of that extreme shit. So that's like, and then WWE adapted into that shit with how they were trying to copy. So it does transition. But at the same time, Will Ospreay is one of the greatest talents of all time. There's no doubt about it. He's a phenomenal fucking athlete, just like Ricochet, just like AJ Styles, just like a lot of them guys. But at the same time, you have to want to see that all the time. If I was a Will Ospreay fan, I would have to say, man, I can't wait to watch Will Ospreay. Why? Because I know he's good in the ring. Anything else? No. I just want to see his match.
Oh, he's
I
not
just
good
want
on
to see his
promos,
match.
Mike.
That's it, yo.
you
Yeah.
ain't lying about that, man. You ain't lying because he is a guy who just can get in the ring and his matches, literally don't disappoint though. But when it comes to a certain type of wrestling or a certain type of entertainment wrestling or whatever, like it's all the same. Of course, yes, Vince McMahon was trying to stand out and call it sports entertainment, and of course they're trying to get back to this professional wrestling thing though.
Yeah.
But I think it's all the same though. But yeah.
It's weird
Yeah.
because if anybody asked you to point, Warren probably could more than we could because he's actual wrestler. But just
Mm.
from watching it, can you pinpoint? I thought about this shit. Like, can you pinpoint what's so
Yeah.
different between WWE and AEW? Like, if somebody asked you straight out the rim, like, what do you see different? Why do you like WWE more than you like AEW? I think we talk about it all the time because it's the storytelling more
Psychology.
in WWE, and AEW is more. it's more wrestle based. It's more like everything is more involved in the ring. Like, you got a couple of storylines, but WWE is based on storylines and factions and all that crazy shit, to get you more invested. And then when they get in the ring, they're still good wrestlers. It's not like WWE has bullshit wrestlers. Seth Rollins is fucking phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? They got AJ Styles. They got a lot of phenomenal wrestlers still. You know what I'm saying? But it's just their stories. They kind of go over their abilities, and that's
it gives you that focus to watch the match. AEW. I think the best concept for AEW right now is AEW is literally an independent show, just in a bigger TV network. That's really what it is.
One thing Triple H said, and I think he said it the best to sort of sum it up, though, it's like more so going to watch a movie, an action movie, and you see this car blew up, and you see gunshots going off, and you see all of this other stuff. It was like, oh, man, that's cool. And then you go see another movie, but damn, it's like, oh shit, man. It's a fucking plot twist. It's fucking cinema. Like, it's real good storytelling. Like, that's the difference. Like, I mean, we come to see a movie.
Good comparison.
We want to see that movie that's gonna have you sitting there to have you like, damn, you seen that shit? That shit was crazy. But the action movies are always cool. Like, I mean, come on, you like seeing something
that's
blow
the both
up.
worlds, yeah.
So
watch everything, motherfucker.
So it's
if you were to tell somebody to watch wrestling, would you recommend the main event from WrestleMania, or would you recommend the Ospreay and Daniel Bryan match?
I would recommend the main event from WrestleMania without a doubt. Like, I wouldn't even think about.
You can feel investment and stuff like that
for real, and that's especially somebody new. You know what I'm saying? But also, I guess, I'm kind of backtracking.
Then also, I look at it too like this. That's like saying, man, you know what? Do you want to see something real cool that happened in football? Would you show them some shit in the CFW or the UFL, or would you show them some
NFL.
shit in the NFL? Like, that's the thing, though. But no shit to AEW. You guys gonna have to take it for a minute. My son in the chair, falling asleep, he's about to fall out the chair.
Oh, okay. No. Take care of that. Take care of that for sure.
Take it for
Warren, like you were saying, I actually, even when I just said that out loud, like, I had to think for a second. If somebody came up to me and I knew their character and I knew, oh, this guy's an athlete, like he likes this, maybe I would say, like, hey man, yo, you gotta watch. I'd probably always say, yo, you gotta watch that WrestleMania shit. Yo, you want to see some crazy, wrestling? Yo, go watch Will Ospreay, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not a hater of it. I just prefer, something different. And so yeah, I mean, I guess it goes both ways, man. It's good to have
it's two different variations. Like, one thing that I've learned, and definitely in the indies, we always wanted to tell fans, it's like, hey, if you like WWE, come watch our stuff. We're just as good, maybe even half our price standpoint. Kind of like that sales standpoint. I mean, what we use the derogatory is something from Wish all the time. I would say we're like from what would be a mediocre thing? I say Prime. I say Prime. Something like Prime, something like that.
Yo,
Prime, the Beta Prime. Prime. You get a sample of it.
Speaking of Prime, yo. Speaking of fucking Prime, I don't want to do too much while Dre ain't here.
Did you try I'm listening. Go ahead.
Listen. Oh, Dre's still here. Good.
I'm listening.
Did you try?
Yo, I just tried Prime. I got two things to say about it. All right, here, Commission Toss, unboxing and shit. Have anybody else ever tried it on here?
Yeah.
No,
it's good. It's really good. It's not bad. It basically tastes like Gatorade, yo. It's
That's what it really is. It's like body armor. I think.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet. And it's a good thing. I had the cherry freeze. I just picked it up from Walmart. I literally passed by a bottle. I said, fuck, I'm going to try it. Yo, tell me how. I put it in the freezer. I was letting it get cold. I tasted it and put it in the freezer. I didn't drink the whole thing. And put it in the freezer, letting it get cold so I could drink it later. My girl comes home and says, babe, why'd you buy that bullshit? Like, didn't you just hear that they're getting sued because they have a whole bunch of poisons and chemicals and toxins and shit in it? And I was like, you bullshitting. And I go and look it up, and yesterday, they got a fucking lawsuit because apparently they have the stuff that's in Prime is like over the amount of artificial stuff or whatever the hell it is that you can put into a product, and they're getting sued for that shit right now.
They said the same thing about Gatorade and everything else.
Yo, listen. Maybe I don't want to speak. I didn't hear shit on Gatorade, so I don't want to slander shit. But I'm saying when she said that the other thing she said to me, she was like, "Babe, don't be fucking with them people who." She ain't say it like that. That's me talking, but she was like, "Don't be messing with them people that you don't know. They just want to get money. They don't care about what you drink, and they'll give you anything." And I had to think about it for a second. Like,
Mhm.
absolutely right. Just because I saw it on wrestling, the only reason I went and got it because I saw it on
You
wrestling.
saw it
If I
on
didn't see
TV,
it on
yeah.
wrestling, I never would have. But I'm not saying don't try stuff. But I'm just saying you do gotta
Watch
pay
the investment.
attention. Bro, listen, man. So that bugged me the fuck. When you said Prime, it just reminded me of that. I wonder what WWE's gonna do with that shit now.
I mean, I don't know, man. They've been saying the same thing about sodas. They've been saying all kinds of stuff, just about everything. So I
Yeah.
mean, what is good and what is bad nowadays?
I don't know, but apparently, what they were saying is apparently Prime has like, I guess the ingredients of it or whatever the hell is in it. I don't know if it's some bullshit, but it doesn't look
I
like it.
think it's the cans because I don't know if it's the bottle ones. I know the cans have been getting recalled a lot.
No, Warren must have been drinking a lot of that shit. That's why he already
No, I drank the
Warren
Gatorade
been
one.
killing that
I
shit.
drank. So no, my son got one and he gave it to me.
Is
and
it
I just,
good?
like, it's
It's
not
good.
bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You can't say anything bad about the actual flavors of
It's.
Prime.
I mean,
will
I
say
just had
that.
one flavor, but it was good to me. The cherry freeze was good.
The only one I don't like is the grape one. My son
Yeah,
likes those.
the great one was the actual product that they had when they were given the story or whatever. So
Yep.
I don't know if it's just that one, but yeah, apparently they have like high levels of bullshit
The
in it.
Rocket Ice one, that one tastes like a daggum out. You remember the olds? I know you remember this. You remember how Walmart used to have that old icy shop, and you would, in Kmart and stuff like that. And you
Oh
could
yeah,
just get an
Kmart.
icy and just
Oh
roam
yeah.
around. That's what that Prime tastes like that old school icy, like Coca-Cola icy type feel to me.
Oh shit.
Like
I still fuck
I
with Slurpees
felt
and
in
shit,
a good mood for that day. And I was like, damn man, that's why I used to love going to Kmart, was go to get that icy
bro.
and just roam around the store and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I
it's so
still get
different now.
ices. I still fuck with ices
So
all
different
day.
nowadays, man.
Yeah,
I
but
go to Taco Bell to get my ices now. The
yeah,
Mountain
Taco
Dew
Bell got some
ones.
good ass slushies, yo. Especially on the
The
little
Mountain
happy
Dew
hour
Baja
time.
Blast. Those are my cheat days. I do
That's my
not kid.
shit.
Every wrestling show that I do, I always go to Taco Bell after the show. Every time.
Taco Bell must be it, fun.
Yo,
That's
Taco
my
Bell is
spot.
the shit, bro. I ain't
That's my
gonna
spot.
lie. What up, Devin? Yo, but anyway, so I mean, that's definitely AEW was definitely good. Of course, we're gonna talk about AEW. You still had TNA. All the other things was over there. You're like, surprising us this week because TNA Rebellion was good. You had what else? What else
Hardy
happened?
back.
Hey,
Yeah,
it was interesting seeing Matt Hardy. Matt
I
Hardy,
hate that
something
gimmick,
else because
though.
he's
nah,
like
you
he's
tripping,
saying that
bruh.
he's like a
Shawn
free
Michaels
agent, and
came in there?
you like the gimmick, Brian?
Hell
Because
yeah,
it was sort of like
I
it was
missed
sort
it.
of like a 50-50
Oh,
little thing. I watched it. I watched the show last night after
I think
NXT. I
that's
was like,
why he
shit, I
went
can't
back,
find
just so he
nothing
could do that.
I believe so
on
too.
TV.
But yo,
Because
listen,
nobody else
this is why.
wanted that gimmick.
Listen, check it out, guys. Listen. This is the point that I want to make, or whatever. It's crazy to me that this is why I always feel like WWE misses opportunities so much or whatever, because they have of course they have talented people and shit, but they kind of keep them in a fucking block, man. They kind of keep them like in one space instead of letting them explore many spaces. Hopefully, we'll start to see difference in that. Matt Hardy took that broken character and literally made himself a main eventer, yo. Independent main eventer. He can win titles. He could do with that character. He's the same fucking person, but with that character, he can be a completely different person. He can win titles, and it's believable. If he went up against, if broken Matt Hardy, and I'm saying this shit on fucking screen. If broken Matt Hardy went to WWE and had the delete gimmick and everything and versus fucking Roman Reigns and won, listen, bro. No, they didn't try that. They did the watered down bullshit, and they didn't do it as well as he was doing it when he was in TNA. Come on, be real. Like, because I'm just saying that
Woke
character
it
is
was.
completely different. That woke shit, yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
watered down, man.
I remember when that took off. He was in TNA and he was doing
Yeah.
it. And it was like, yeah, and I was like,
He
okay,
got his whole
yeah,
family
I
involved
guess.
in it.
That shit was phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, and it was like I had to check it out for myself. I was like, okay, this is something different. But
Yeah.
I respect guys like that, like Matt
I
Hardy, like
love that
Matt
shit.
He was
Cardona, who
dedicated to
would
it. That's one
create
thing I do
a
like about
persona
him.
for
But
themselves that could be that they could live off of, on the
I'm telling
indies or
you,
bring it
bro.
back to WWE. WWE did water it down a little bit, and they just was like, okay, we don't. A lot of people didn't see, they didn't really get it, and the other half really did, and I think that's what happened in
Because that broken
WWE.
shit was so over, man. That delete shit, that shit was running wrestling for a while, bro. Everybody was saying that delete shit. Everybody was around. Everybody was knew what he was doing, and they were following it because that was one of the things that was putting TNA on the map. And
Mhm.
but like I was saying, because just like we were just talking about before
His
about
son
like
was
the
over
music,
from it.
his son was over. Yeah,
His son was over in anybody
yeah.
that
Even
year.
Jeff Hardy and doing the Willow gimmick, and it was just like it was establishing so much. But at the same time,
Brother
it's like
Miro.
it just shows that you don't have to go crazy, man. You don't have to be a phenomenal person in the ring. You can literally be one person and change your persona. Somebody I wanted to talk about tonight, like a lot with you guys, because it's a lot going on around him, but you don't see him much, and I think it's intentional. Finn Balor. I have a feeling that Triple H is about to, especially with Damian being the champion. I think Triple H is going to
Mhm.
fucking full throttle Finn Balor, bro.
Yeah,
I really
I,
believe so.
Oh, it's coming.
I,
If
be-
Yeah,
he
I
just
believe that too.
resigned, yes.
and he
If he
can.
just
He
resigned,
can flip him. He can flip him, bro. He
I
can.
look,
Go ahead, Dre.
look
I
at.
think it's too
I
early
said
for
it.
the
Look at.
Judgment Day, though.
I mean, you already seen little cracks on Monday Night Raw where he was like, I don't need
Oh,
you
he shot
guys.
at
Y'all
Cross
need
Road.
me. Y'all need me. So, and now Rhea out with the injury right now. And then
You don't
Yeah,
you
run
got Finn
shirtless.
Balor who just resigned and, sent out that tweet. I see all of that culminating,
for real.
obviously, with Finn Balor winning the World Heavyweight Championship, So,
Yeah,
we're going to dive into that real fast, though. But we were talking about sort of black guys becoming WWE champions, and which is really awesome though. Last night we seen sort of the rise of Trick Williams becoming the NXT
right,
champions,
right.
being Ilya Dragunov, man.
Yeah,
What was your guys' thoughts on that? I feel like they were building it up for a minute, making me think that he was going to lose. They didn't really interview Dragunov at all. It was just they had Trick. One part that had me thinking Trick was going to win. We was talking to his mama, and so. But yeah, I love it, man. Trick Williams. It
yeah.
seems like he's going to stay in NXT.
It's Trick's
So
time, bro.
He's a good
I
finisher.
think they were passing the torch. They were passing the torch. You said you think he needs a new finisher.
Yes.
What's his finisher? The knee
and it's
shit.
like the high knee shit. Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
high
Bro,
knee or something.
that's Booker T, man. That Booker T had the scissor kick. It's kind of the same
Yeah.
deal. Like he doesn't look like Booker T, but he looks like Booker T to me, yo. Like he's long, lanky black dude. He swerves in the ring. He doesn't move like super fast, but his movements are like kind of fluid because of his length. And that's why I like him, bro. He reminds me of like a younger Booker T. Booker T had a little bit more wrestling ability, I would say, but I like his style, yo. I think Trick Williams is definitely somebody who, if he continues to go with his mellow persona and doesn't dive too deep in some shit, I can see him being a really good heel. I can see him being, an elevated fucking top contender in pay-per-views. I think people could really get behind him, man. That whoop that trick shit. I mean, when he turns
Yeah,
it,
that's what I was just about to ask. Is it sort of like a well, I ain't gonna say Seth Rollins in a way, because Seth Rollins was a workhorse and he did the damn thing.
yeah,
But
Seth
is
been
he
over.
is he only over? Will he only be over because of the song? Will he
Listen,
have more to dive into? With the personality besides whoop that trick?
I
Because
want to
when you get
say
on the
this.
main roster, it's gonna be different.
It will be different. I want to say this because Warren has said it in the past too. Because listen, there's nothing wrong with being over because of your music. It's a
Mm,
part of you, yo. It's everything that builds you is a part of you. Your manager, your music, wherever you go with it, if it all leaves you, then you repackage, you rebuild, you formulate. Whatever's the reason why somebody loves you, that's fucking greatness. Like it's like, what I'm saying, anybody, whether it be I'm a Real American from Hulk Hogan. When you heard that shit, you don't think that was a reason why motherfucker? Yeah, it's fucking Hulk Hogan. NWO, when they shit started, everything is a part of you. So everything should be a part of you. So if
They
you
just
like
know
Seth
who it
Rollins,
is.
eh, yeah, but somebody's music can establish them as well. Seth Rollins'
mhm.
music definitely didn't establish him. I don't think Trick Williams' music established him. I think that is just an added bonus, which got him extra elevation because he was still phenomenal even when he was running around with
Was.
Melo. So
Mhm.
I
He was
think it's
very
just an added
limited when
bonus,
he was
man.
with Melo. He was
And
very
then
limited.
but it also goes back to what we were talking about, the stories that WWE provides. I think it was also the story that they were telling with Trick Mello and with Trick and Carmelo Hayes, that hey, Carmelo is the world champion, and Trick, like, you know what, I want to have my shine too. So I
Yeah,
think that will also got him over. And then they did come out. He came out to that song, and it was like,
it's
the
fucking over,
fans,
bro.
it's over,
Yeah,
and that's another bonus too, with
shit
the
fire.
NXT crowd, they just take it to the whole nother level too. So
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, real
When you
awesome,
hear
man.
that, when
Look
you
at
hear that
Shinsuke
CM Punk shit,
Nakamura.
when you hear that CM Punk shit, oh, don't talk about shit. Hold on, man.
No, I'm
Don't
saying
talk about
because
shit.
the music.
I'm gonna get into that
I'm
There
shit.
was
saying no.
another
I'm
one
saying when
too.
he first got to NXT, that's what you
Yeah.
known Shinsuke
His
for was
music,
that
yeah,
song.
that entrance,
Hmm.
Humming it. You hummed
yeah,
it for 4 freaking solid years when he was
that's
there.
right.
Um, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode was completely over because of his song. I mean, there's some guys that it does work for. And there's something that we have talked about on wrestling schools too is find that ick that makes people know who you are. And if the song is what makes you be over and what sells the t-shirts and stuff like that, stick with it. Now take advantage of it. Like I think that's the one thing Trick Williams did. They were like, hey, we're gonna put you into this. And he went there and went way more than they expected. And I think that's where we got Trick Williams that he is now, because for the longest time, Dre will vouch this. I know this for a fact. When he was with Melo, we looked at him and we kept saying Melo was ready when he first got to NXT. But we said Trick would not be going to the main roster if Melo went to the main roster. Trick wasn't ready. Not even 3 or 4 months later, you're looking at Trick like Trick is more overshadowed than Carmelo right
He
now,
way over. I don't fuck with nobody
which is
say either.
insane to say
Trick is
now.
way over. And you want to know something? Maybe it's because of the music. Who knows? Maybe it's because of that one extra little bit of edge that somebody got. Because you can be a shitty character, but have an amazing entrance
Goldberg.
and be paid attention to. You can have a shitty entrance and be an amazing character and be paid attention to. It's all about how you rock the shit, man. It's all about how you selling it. Like you said, Warren, as a wrestler yourself, like in my opinion, if I was a wrestler, so I could do because I'm not a fucking wrestler, but in my opinion, if I was a wrestler, I did train a fucking fight. I know everything I do would establish me with the beeline shit. Everything I do establish beeline shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a brand. So you should be formulating your shit I don't give a fuck down to your socks, bro. Like everything should be a piece of you. When somebody sees it, they're like, that's that motherfucker right there. And I love that shit. And if you're just doing it on some wingy shit, like, oh, okay, well, whatever music, okay, you got that, yeah, I'll take it, whatever, it's cool. I'll just talk better on the mic. Nah, bro, that should never be how you fucking handle your establishment, man. I just feel like people should
Yeah.
be putting more into themselves, and now that they have a little bit more creativity, you're gonna start seeing a lot of people shine, I think, that you may have not thought you would have saw shine before because the agenda was being pushed instead of the actual superstars. And I think WWE is heading in that direction. Hopefully, I'm ready to see that shit.
No
All right.
talent.
All right. Let's dive into something real fast though. I think you guys shared the video in the chat last night, but over the last, I think, week or so, we've seen some releases within
Yeah.
WWE. Zion Quinn, Jinder
Zion.
Mahal. We was just talking about Jinder Mahal a couple of weeks ago. Like he had that big moment with The Rock, and then you didn't see nothing else with Jinder Mahal, Zion Lee, and also a sort of heartbreaking one, but Cameron Grimes, he went on social media and was crying, and
Mhm.
it was really more so because of
Bro,
his dad. He
this
when
nigga.
he signed with WWE, he told his dad that he got the contract or whatnot. But now that he's no longer uh with the company, I said this in the chat too. I didn't see Cameron Grimes really going any further than what he did in NXT. Like he won the $1 million championship, had the biggest thing he did was win the $1 million championship and work with Ted DiBiase in the program with LA Knight. Other than that, it was like that was sort of it. So I mean, hopefully to see him in the future pick his head back up, and work somewhere on the Indies though. But
Yeah. Do you guys think that?
He's
Good.
definitely going
Go
to
ahead,
the Indies.
Warren.
He's already going to be on the Indies in the next 2 weeks.
yeah,
I've
Yeah.
already seen. So I want to pull the curtain on this. So his name is Tyler. He actually has been wrestling over at the training school that I've been at for House of the Champions. Shout out to Jamie Stanley and them. And he was pretty much prepared for it, but he didn't think it was going to happen because he was looking for a new chance to revamp his whole stigma. And this is something that really is the biggest downfall for a lot of wrestlers when we have that term over, is when you're over, it's hard to find that next growth. And I think Brian speaked on it very well. Taking the reprocessed batteries, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's always going to be established as Matt Hardy, but Matt wants to try to pursue this broken gimmick. Now, Cameron Grimes, I was very invested in him on NXT because that To the Moon thing, he was one of the ones that really stood out in the whole 2.0 for the longest time. When he was the redneck hillbilly, and he won the lottery, and he became Big Money Cameron Grimes or something like that. And it was just like the most random thing, and he got it, and it was over. But Cameron, I will say, he did what he needed when he was on SmackDown. I think he could have had a little bit more opportunity on the certain scenarios. I think if he would have got the main roster push with now Triple H, I think it would have been a more better build and a more better mold with it. But I mean, obviously this kid's definitely going to be something. I've personally seen this guy walk around the ring on ropes, just balance some of the perfect balance you could ever see. And then when him doing the flip thing, that was actually at the place we were at. It's called House of Champions in Tampa, Florida, and he would sit there and just bounce off these things back and forth. I'm just sitting there like in awe. I'm like, nah. That's you, not me.
Listen,
but I
mean,
seeing stuff like that, so it's just like
he's probably a great talent, man. Unfortunately, unless you know him, like Warren's saying, like unless you know him and you can see that. I mean, you didn't really get a chance to really see him hot on the big stage, man. And I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm just saying like you guys are saying the Cameron Grimes To the Moon gimmick, like you were saying with LA Knight and the $1 Million Man. When I heard $1 Million Man and I heard this gimmick and Ted DiBiase was there, I immediately was like, yo, bro, like right there. And like I said, I don't know the politics and shit, but just me, I just try to think like, yo, if that was me, I'd have fucking did. Yo, hey DiBiase, what the fuck do you need?
Exactly,
what money do you
to
need?
be my manager. Exactly.
Be my manager.
Exactly.
He got control though. He got control, so he wasn't gonna be able to do anything with him. That's the only thing that's
exactly.
bro.
And
the only thing. He got in trouble when that DiBiase stuff happened.
Yeah,
that's what really killed his persona, because that's when that exactly started striking, when him and DiBiase were working together.
Yeah, and I think that probably hurted Ted DiBiase for working with the WWE more. But it was like, boom, they got something right there. Like, why was he his manager? And then WWE got so many incredible, past superstars, like whether from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to
the Hurricane,
just mentioning like the Hurricane, and so many like
mad people.
These could be some managers, and I think that's one thing that we are missing in today's wrestling, especially in WWE, is managers. I think the guys would get over. I mean, shit, look at Roman Reigns. You put Paul Heyman with him as his manager, to the moon. You feel me? Like I think Shinsuke Nakamura would need a manager. I mean, some of these guys could need a manager, and they could just go, to the moon. No,
I think a lot of them don't want it. I think that's the problem.
That's their dumbass problem.
Don't want managers.
That's their problem.
Because you gotta think, this generation of superstars now, they see it as, hey, I'm the one in the training schools. I can figure this stuff out. I can do all these things. Because you can see that same thing on AEW. You can see that same thing on TNA. You can see this on every different aspect. A lot of people just want to look at managers like, oh, this is a drop in the shuffle type scenario. Like, why do I got to be over just based off of a manager standpoint? Aaron Stevens said it best when he was playing the stunt double for Miz. Miz came up with this concept because he wanted something different, because he was trying to bring that heel persona when he was doing the reality show. Because in reality, you're watching this reality show, The Miz, you're going to start investing into The Miz if he's a bad guy or a good guy on TV. But with this stunt double doing stuff that he was doing, it was bringing the heat credibility back to Miz, because now he could shoot on this guy. Fans get a feeling towards it, and it's like, oh, we don't like you, Miz. Even though I watch your show on Mondays or whatever day it is, I don't like you because you just mistreated him. You're treating him wrong. Like, he used that just to help benefit his heel persona, because he knew it was hard to weigh in from doing reality TV and then doing wrestling, trying to play the bad guy. Like, sometimes those are the things that you really do need. You need that one moment to where it gets you to get that credibility to that bump on the scenario. And I think managers definitely in the past were built hugely compared to what they are now. But I mean, if you see some guys, Paul Ellering, completely with AOP, established everything.
He's a very soft manager though, man. It's like he comes out and he walks on. He's old as shit now, and I'm not hating on him, but it's not like he has a lot of presence. Like, Paul Heyman is like the prime example to know what a manager is supposed to look like.
Oh,
big mouth, loud speaking, and he dominates when he's there. And he makes you feel important. He makes you feel incredibly important. Just being next to him makes you feel important. But at the same time, who's another really good one that nobody talks about a lot? Fucking MVP. MVP, when he was standing next to the Hurt Business for
Bobby
sure.
Lashley. Oh yeah.
But Bobby Lashley even with Bobby, because Bobby Lashley corny.
He made
shit.
Bobby Lashley. Yeah, he made that Bobby Lashley run and got him to the WWE Championship, which he always wanted to do.
Like the Leo,
Being
like the Leo Rush one.
I'm always be a fan of Leo Rush. One for me from DC, and I met him, so he was cool. He's a
good wrestler, but I wasn't feeling that him and Bobby Lashley shit. But I wanted to speak on
how that thing went, because that thing was so stretched.
Yeah, I forgot
how it went.
It wasn't worth remembering, probably. I want to say this about the releases, man. This is the I think that when wrestlers got released, WWE, like you say all the time, Dre, like I say as well, like WWE is definitely like at the top of the mountain. Like that's I don't give a fuck what anybody says, whether you like them, you hate them, whatever. They're definitely the top of the mountain. As a wrestler, you should aspire to go to the top of the fucking mountain. If you don't, you just like where you at. Hey, that's cool too. You do what you want, but they are the top of the mountain. If you get to the top of the mountain, you're able to make a presence in the top of the mountain for a while, whatever, and you leave, and they let you go or they whatever. I think now more than ever, thanks to Cody Rhodes, I ain't gonna fucking lie, thanks to Cody Rhodes in a lot of ways, you have the ability to reestablish yourself and repackage yourself in ways that you never have before. The indie scene, the indie scene is not
guys, man. Those guys went and traveled overseas to do just a make-believe match, just so a country could get a pro wrestling show.
Who are you talking about?
The two male models that used to be with LA Knight or Maxine at first, the big tall one and Mansoor.
Mansoor and Ace.
They were on. Yes, bro. They are changing it up on the indies.
Oh shit! Right, I didn't even know.
They were doing that. They went to your Galway or whatever, and this was the first time because they were not allowed to have wrestling in that area, in that country or whatever. They publicly went there and even performed for them in front of them to do something with that, and they've been getting trended insanely. Those two have been changing the game up. I've said it numerous times. If you have WWE written on your resume, you're okay on the indies, because even if you've been an extra or something, if your face has been showed on public TV, you can use that as a price standpoint.
But Warren, but this is the thing I'm trying to say though, because even though that is true, of course, you know what I'm saying? If you got a nice big name on your resume, oh, you worked here? Of course I'll take you at this Wendy's or whatever. Like, you could go anywhere. But at the same time, isn't the biggest thing for most of them, you saw it with Drew McIntyre, you saw it with fucking Cody Rhodes, started a whole company, but it wasn't complete until he got his ass back to WWE. So isn't the biggest thing like, I'm going to show these motherfuckers you just made the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part.
That's what AEW is really used for, in my opinion.
That's the part, bro. That's the part that I think that, when you get released now by WWE, I think it is
right back in about 3 years.
Hey, listen. We're getting the bag. That's it.
And
Oh
you
shit.
guys totally right too. You got
She
social
ain't
media.
wrestled yet.
You got so many avenues and so many ways to create this persona, create this character, and connect with different folks. And do different things. That people back in the days that you couldn't do. So,
You couldn't do,
um,
bro.
hey,
That $50.
I
Not
dig
as
it, man.
fast.
Hopefully,
Not as
yeah,
fast and not as strong as you can now. You can go. You're seeing now. Look, like
You're
Matt
seeing
Cardona is
everywhere.
probably one of the best fucking examples
yeah,
of
he is.
repackaging yourself. You never would have thought if you would have told somebody in 2011, yeah, Matt Cardona is gonna be one of the most hardcore fucking wrestling people in the planet. What nigga? The internet interviewed Ice T guy. Yeah, that nigga. Please, bro, you never would have imagined it. But now you turn on your computer, any kind of indie wrestling, something is going on, popping up in your shit. If you're a wrestling fan, it's his face all over that shit, bro.
Hmm.
You can establish yourself ridiculously. So maybe a release is one of the best things that can happen to you in WWE at this point. Because if you're
Hey,
in
that's a
there and you're
true.
just swimming, if you're the Good Brothers and you're sitting in the back and you over there trying to get to the OC or the original club, whatever the fuck they call themselves now, and you just sitting in the back every single week. In the sheer, they got released, but you take your ass and they become a dominant Indian tag team, flooding the indies. They build them fucking selves up, just like Jinder Mahal when he first got released. They bring your ass back and make you champion. You have to work, motherfucker. That's the biggest thing, bro. Please, I'm not a wrestler in no fact, but you want to know what's the same? The work, the ethic, the fucking methods that you take. Like Warren was just saying, if you one of the people that's just gonna be like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't need a manager. I know what. Have fun, motherfucker. If you want to, have and close doors that are open for you, that's your fucking principles. But at the same time, you do have the ability to establish yourself into fucking greatness. Into greatness, man. Anything you do,
Mhm.
bro. I'm
Yeah.
excited because it's like I like you. We've watched this shit from the biggest two that you can think of, or three, is Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal. Remember, he kicked his ass out too. He came back jacked as shit and won the
Mhm.
title. And then you got
Beat
Cody,
Randy.
man. Bro, listen, man. It's possible.
There's so
Maybe
many.
getting released is good for some people, man.
I think it is, man. I think it
Yeah.
is. We'll see who definitely come back, man, throughout all of this too. So even you guys like Mustafa Ali, he's over in TNA
There you go.
doing his
Another
thing,
one.
man.
Yeah.
So
For
Dolph
real,
He's
Ziggler,
took
bro.
advantage of
kick
it.
ass to the side,
For
and
real.
so we got to take
Yo,
advantage of
AJ
that.
Francis. AJ
AJ,
Francis.
AJ Francis.
Fucking
Look, I wanted to
phenomenal.
say one thing. I wanted to say
Let's
one thing
go. Let's
because I was
go, man.
watching.
There's a fucking
I was
life in this
watching.
shit.
I was watching the TNA last night, and I was looking at Rich Homie Swan, and I'm like, I remember
Mm,
when he was in WWE and he did the whole dancing thing, and even when he
yeah.
came to TNA, he was still doing that. But it wasn't until AJ Francis came to TNA and sort of had an impact into Rich Homie Swan's character presentation,
Mhm.
and he switched the whole shit up. Though, I mean, did he win the match? I believe he did over Joe Hendricks, which I feel like that dude is over as
That's another
fucking
motherfucker.
in
Yeah.
TNA. Like, come on, dog. So
Lay got me
I
loving
mean,
that nigga. I don't know. It's music. It's
but yeah,
fun.
AJ Francis, I feel like is capitalizing on on the momentum. I think it was an NFL's former NFL Pro
Bro,
Bowler.
he
I
a
can't think of
beast,
his
yo.
name, but he was in the ring too with him. So I'm like, you got to take it. You got to take
He's just a
those
good
moments.
character, yo. That's it. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about him. If he
In
don't never
ring
have to
work.
wrestle. Yeah, he don't gotta never wrestle. But but see, he's a prime example, yo.
Sorry, AJ. I'm
I
just
would
messing with you.
watch TNA just to watch him talk shit on a promo and amp a matchup. I would watch that. I'd watch that before I watch Daniel Bryan and them. Fuck that shit. I want to be invested. I want to have fun with this shit. And yo, he's fun as shit. Just like you just said, bro. He's been in TNA. What else? GCW, I think. He's been in a bunch of different promotions. He's been
He
Yeah.
killing
was
it.
just at CCW as well.
He's been fucking killing it, bro.
Hey, we're
Yo,
gonna see what definitely happens, man.
I'm
With
excited,
all
man.
this stuff, man. Yeah, definitely excited. Okay,
She was
I'm
just at
definitely excited.
DCCW with us last Saturday. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hey, that's
See?
awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm definitely excited, obviously, for the upcoming WWE draft. Now, hopefully, this draft
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's going to be, just sort of slap in the face and we just go back to just having superstars appear on any brand and just like, oh, what the draft was for, though. But
Yeah.
just to make it fun, to close out sort of commission, a fantasy draft in a way. You guys have any people, whether it's TNA or AEW or NWA or whatever.
Yeah, you opening all up.
Who
So
would
we
you?
doing all that for the ages?
Damn.
I mean, just in general, whoever you guys individually think, or who you guys like,
So
who would you
Brian's got
love to
Raw,
see
you
to
got
get?
SmackDown, I got NXT.
No,
Is that what we're gonna
just
do?
in general,
Oh, hilarious.
just
Based
who
off the
would you
lighting.
love? Who would you love to see get drafted up? From whether it was NXT, like I said, even if they are not in WWE, who would you like to see get drafted and go somewhere? Whether you are in WWE, who would you like to see somebody go to TNA or go to AEW or be a
Oh
best fit
shit.
there
We're going
or
through a
some shit
whole
Oh,
like
I
that?
got the first one. You ready? Sasha Banks. Bring your ass back to WWE. Fuck that money shit. I hate that song.
You know the
I
sad
hate
thing?
that song so much.
NFL
Yeah,
Bell, she's gonna be in Jacksonville today, and I was like, Bell, do you want to go see her? No, she ain't blue hair.
That's right.
Like Bell,
Oh,
my
wow.
daughter is
sold
not gonna
out.
go look at this woman because she doesn't have the Legit Boss song or she is not blue hair. So my daughter
Yeah.
is not gonna care to look at her.
Yeah, she right. Lil Warren's right.
Oh
Yo, on
man,
some
that's
realistic
crazy.
shit.
No,
I heard Cody just is going to SmackDown because he got the title, which I think is cool. Listen,
They need some
just
on Raw.
just
They
yeah,
need big star power on Raw.
something to move over. I would say bring AOP from SmackDown and put him on Raw. Maybe even the Final Testament, put them on Raw. It might be a little bit more exciting. Maybe something else to do. I would put them over there just as a switch. Going back to NXT, I heard Baron Corbin's coming up, which I think that's the
yeah.
right thing to do. I really think that's the right
Which
thing to do. I think keep him a face
I hope
too.
he goes to. I hope he goes to
Keep him a face?
SmackDown. Well, I think he will
Yeah,
go to
keep him a face.
SmackDown.
I
And
was
I
thinking
want
a
him
face.
to be just a slug mouth heel.
I think they
I want
tried
him
that,
to do the
bro.
whole
I
thing.
think they tried
Yeah.
that already, man. I think if you bring him back up as like that lone wolf shit, it don't even got to be as dedicated as it was at NXT. But bring him on some lone wolf shit. Just let him reinvest in the fans and just kick ass. Let him kick ass, man. Build up an Intercontinental Champion, Baron Corbin, and then you got a very high contender for a new heavyweight title run. I think it would be dope.
Well, just on some, like you said, fantasy bookings or whatever, I would definitely love to see Carmelo Hayes on Monday Night Raw to
Yeah, he
see what
probably
type of
going there.
opportunities
Isn't
that
he
he would
already
do.
there?
He probably already there.
Isn't he
Yeah.
already on the main roster?
Well, they sort of like tried him out in a way. He did have a match on SmackDown. He took on Kevin Owens in that
Austin
United
Theory.
States
Oh, that
tournament.
tournament. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, the two match though.
Yeah. But definitely, like Brian said, Cody Rhodes obviously going to SmackDown. But from TNA though, I like Jake something. If this was like an open,
Y'all and that
draft,
guy.
Jake something. I think I don't know. It's something about him I like though,
There's
and
something about
I
Jake
like.
something.
It's something about Jake something.
There you go.
And Alexander Hammerstone though. I like Alexander Hammerstone, and I
Really?
believe
Okay.
both of those guys could be potential, to be an NXT or something like that. Somebody, just some different faces. Obviously, if we all know one company just have its own particular superstars, but if this was like a wrestling draft, just
Yeah.
having these guys go different places, I think will be incredible. And having something different mix up and something new though. But I definitely see Roxanne probably coming up, but I think she retained her title on.
Yeah, she got the title still. I don't know. I don't want to
Yeah,
see
so-
any champions from NXT come up to the main roster. I really hope they don't do that shit. I never understood that. If you lose your title, it should stay on NXT and then you bring your ass
That's
up.
what happened to Indy. Indy won the NXT title and then had to drop it the next night.
I don't understand. Yeah, that shit is
Yeah.
so weird. Like I don't know why they.
You see where
Dijak-
she is now.
She was also injured though. She had that
Yeah.
foot injury or whatever it was.
Dijak would be a good one to come up to the main roster.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why he just lost that title. He probably gonna be starting something with I can't see them not putting him up against Gunther. Or whatever they're
Dijak
gonna
versus
do.
Gunther.
I think so.
Wow.
It might even be the King of the Ring shit. But
So
I don't know.
I don't know. So I was playing W2K24 and they were showing the thing about where you play a gauntlet with Imperium. The last person wasn't Gunther that came out. This was actually a cool concept. It was Ilya.
See?
Ilya could probably go up to the main roster and be the new member of Imperium.
Oh well, most definitely. I think he will because he lost the
I'll be down
title on
for that.
Tuesday night.
I'd be
I
so
watched.
pissed.
So I was playing the game, and I'm sitting. I'm like, dude, that is the only one that really went up with
But do you?
Walter
But
at that time.
I mean, in a
I don't see
way,
him
I mean, like,
following though. Yeah, I don't see him
but
following Gunther.
yeah, but Gunther just sort of
what's the other dude's name?
Da
The
Vinci,
other guy, Da Vinci.
Giovanni.
Giovanni
He's kicked
Vinci.
out now.
Yeah, they just
So
kicked him.
They
That's
fucked
the
him up.
second time they kicked him out. That's the second time, and
Damn,
they
nigga.
kicked him out.
but that was
They
on
kicked him out
NXT.
the
That wasn't on the main roster though. Remember
but
that.
still,
Yeah,
they
still two
kicked him out,
times though.
and then they kicked him out, and then they repackaged.
for that though.
I
So a lot of people didn't see
understand that. Look here, man.
It still happened though. I think is what he's trying to say.
It's still, that's what I'm trying to say. It
That
still
could
happened.
work with Ilya because he needs promo work and he needs
No,
somebody
but-
to roll with.
Look
He's
here.
not just a singles competitor.
He
But
looks
that's
like
the
he
thing,
looks
though.
more singles. Oh, go ahead, Dre.
but-
My bad.
But that's
Dre's
the
not
thing,
saying
though. We
something.
put a lot of guys together, though. We put a lot of tag team guys and just say
You don't think
go
that would
to
help
that one.
Imperium?
But I mean,
It would definitely help
in my
Imperium.
opinion,
I don't
in my
think it would.
opinion,
I don't think it would. I don't think he would do it though. I don't think he
I-
fits there. I would
we
like
can,
it.
you could repackage Imperium, but I feel like Imperium had its opportunity. Like they seemed like they just couldn't get it together with Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser, which I feel like Ludwig Kaiser can be an incredible
I think
singles
he'd be a
competitor.
great singles competitor
Which
too.
he'd be
Yeah.
great. Ilya is great on his own, and Gunther is good on his own. He don't need, like you said, I don't need the curd around the baggage or whatever, like shit, whatever, like this. So
For
I
him
think
to
he could
stay
be
heel,
on his
he
own.
does.
What to have a group?
He has to have a
Dre,
group
I
to
gotta
keep
say,
him
I
as
want
a
to say,
bad guy.
yeah, I want to say this too because I understand what you're saying. They can all stand on their own 2 feet. The one thing I definitely agree with you about is what the fuck, Kaiser. He's incredible. He's incredible. I can see him as a fucking standalone bad guy, no doubt. Good
He'll be a
guy,
future
maybe.
Intercontinental champion.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a future something. But I gotta disagree a little bit, man, because I think that thing that they're getting wrong with Imperium is they didn't take them seriously as long as they should have on Raw. I think that they should have been way more dominant because they were a fucking phenomenal tag team. If they want to repackage, if it was an Ilya, I would be cool, but I don't see Ilya playing the tag team role behind Gunther or even with somebody else. But I would not mind seeing an Imperium kind of like reestablishment with 4 people. I think it would be perfect for Gunther. I think that the faction unity, especially when you're building somebody, just hearing that music, bro.
And now think about
dominant.
it. Obviously, I'm pretty sure it was, like Warren said, it was an NXT, but they even had Alexander Wolf.
Yeah,
who was
Alexander Wolf,
the
yeah.
Imperium. He was the 4th member. They kicked him out.
They kicked him
So
out,
now
yeah.
you kick Giovanni out.
That's because he wanted out of WWE.
Oh man, go ahead, man. Come on, man. You just making
What
it
he say?
That's
man.
why.
He just want him out.
That's
Like,
why
come
he
on.
went to TNA right after that.
That's why I feel like Imperium sort of like they had their chance and y'all just blew
When
it. Like
they
they
had
were
Wolf,
really
yes, they were
like they were
complete, in my
NXT
opinion.
UK, NXT, like they were like,
Yes.
oh y'all love Imperium.
When they were
But
on
it's
UK,
like
yes, I agree.
they were bullshitting them. Like they could have won the tag team titles on Monday
I
Night
believe
Raw
it.
or
I'm
whatever.
telling you,
But
they
it was
missed
just
opportunity with them, bro. They were a strong fucking faction.
I don't know what they got going on with Giovanni Vinci because they seem like they keep poking at him and having, Ludwig Kaiser take him
boring.
out or whatever.
He wants
fucking
a
I don't
boring
know.
character.
He
He was doing,
I don't
yeah,
know.
he has no
when
character.
He repackaged himself the first time, but I saw why they brought him back, and you saw the pop. We even all said it. We're like, oh wow, he's back. Like it was a pop when he showed up with Imperium that one time because we thought Imperium was done. We thought Gunther, or when they changed his name from Walter to Gunther, like he was by himself for a little bit. Kaiser was on his own for a little bit too. So when you brought both of those two back, it was a feel to him. Now, my thing is with Da Vinci, Brian said it's best.
He's boring
as
shit. Oh, hey,
He's
boring ass
best.
motherfucker.
Kaiser, you could tell Kaiser stands out from Imperium. You
Yeah,
could
he
say
does.
Gunther stands out from
Definitely
Imperium.
does.
Da Vinci is just on the team.
Just boring. Yeah, he's just there. I agree with you.
You
100%.
put Ilya in there, Ilya puts a different feel with Imperium.
Warren, you're not wrong when you say that, but the thing is, I think you're leaving out the fact that Ilya also has his own personality that I don't think it matches with a group. That's my only difference.
With the main roster, in my opinion.
Okay. That's a little. I mean, I can't argue all the way. I'm not going to lie. He's a phenomenal competitor, but he goes on the rack with me.
But I'm saying promo work and stuff like that. Can you
the only way I can The only reason I can see that is because Ilya was the one who did beat Gunther for the NXT UK
That's what
Mhm.
put
Championship.
him on
Yep.
the
You
map.
know,
That's
Really,
put him on the
that's
map.
what
Yeah.
put him
yeah,
and
that would put
Walter
him
on
on
the
the
map.
map. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that I can only see it. Gunther
And
shows
UK.
up in suits when he wants to. Ilya does. I can see it, but I feel like these guys are established. Like Brian said, it's established singles competitor. It don't need to be, put in the group. You already see a lot of guys
You don't
just,
want tag team split
get
right now,
thrown
especially
together.
when the establishment is going on the
You,
tag team realm as
you know
well
what I
right
do
now.
want to see? If we're talking about like fantasy booking or whatever, I want to see fucking Pete Dunne switch up and heel turn on old boy, the little strong kid, whatever the fuck his name
Oh
is.
yeah,
Yeah,
Tyler Bate.
He corny, bro. You another corny
Yeah,
motherfucker, bro.
uh,
Oh, fuck, that's
yeah.
Three Stooges
It's
shit.
Oh,
he
he
is
was
one of
so
those
solid
guys.
when he had a little
Ty-
mustache thing. It was
Tyler
funny.
Bate,
Fucking
Tyler Bate
boring.
is one of those
He's a
guys who was
strong son of
just
a bitch, though.
only. And no offense, he's one of those guys who was just like popping only in NXT or NXT
Yeah.
UK when
Because
he
he's a
was there.
catch wrestling guy. He's
He a
not
tag
Yeah,
like
team wrestler. If you put him in a
yeah.
tag team, have a little fun tag
His
team, he'd be
partner,
cool.
that he was with, much less Mountain, he's in TNA.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Let
what
Pete
did
Dunne
you
on
do?
his own, bro. They fucking with him too much. It almost feel like he about to stop wrestling because they said he producing and shit now. And once that starts happening, you about to be in the back with the rest of the dudes. But I
yeah.
feel like Pete Dunne deserves a big run. I think he could be credible. I don't think he hitting. I got a lot to say, man. I got a lot to say. And I feel like we ain't touched on everything, but I know it's late and we're not gonna do too much. I still got a whole nother show to fucking do. But I feel like there's a lot of people that are missing opportunities right now, and I feel like that some of them are going to be too late to come back to it. Like we were talking about earlier about when the momentum is gone.
Mhm.
Pete Dunne is somebody that I think that they kind of missed the mark. Now, another thing we're starting to recognize, if you guys are recognizing it too, Damian Priest is the world heavyweight champion right now. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and these guys, these big names, are the ones who hold the WWE Heavyweight Championship. That's the grand fucking prize. They're not going to put that belt on just anybody. Pete Dunne, Ilya Dragunov, these motherfuckers can hold the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm telling you
No,
right
no,
now.
I believe
They
it.
can hold it.
I can see Ilya getting the
But,
world
hold on.
title.
Can
but
they win the WWE shit?
now that's a
That's
good
the argument.
that's a good argument because you remember back in the days, like it was guys who were coming up. The WWE Championship was on Monday
You want a
Night Raw.
comparison?
That's right.
Eddie Guerrero,
John
Benoit.
Cena. Yeah, but John Cena was sort of like the guy who had it.
WWE champion,
Eddie did
Batista.
before,
Edge.
but then Batista came in. You see, Batista, he only won it once, so it was like that World Heavyweight Championship opened up the
Triple
opportunities for
H, too.
certain guys, like
Yeah,
Rey
so it's tough.
Mysterio. I don't believe Rey Mysterio. If that World Heavyweight title was not around, Rey Mysterio would have not won the World Heavyweight Championship.
I
I
believe
don't
that.
believe. I don't think he would have won it. It's the Great Khali wouldn't have won it
Mm.
because the WWE Championship was the only thing. And certain guys, like Brian said, only wins it. And now when you have this other secondary championship, you sort of give this, I'm not gonna say consolation prize, but
It
You
was
get
give
kind
more
of
these
a
other
shot at
opportunities.
superstars,
More
WCW.
you give these other
opportunities.
superstars other
It
Yeah.
was a
opportunities to
shot at
become, world
WCW
champion.
because they made WCW's main title the secondary title.
I mean, hey,
That's
if
the
it is
true
that,
nostalgia to
But
it.
I see a
if it
lot
is
of
that,
people
yeah.
becoming world heavyweight champion or have an opportunity, like you said, Pete Dunne,
Now,
LA
because of
Knight.
the Ric Flair
It's
moniker,
so
world
many people.
champion. That's why, because Ric Flair's more legacies, more trailblaze now than what it was back then, because the world championship, not WWE championship, not the Universal, not the Undisputed, not all them damn tongue twister, Peter Piper, pick the peppers type of shit. But it's like, it's the fact that now wrestling has got more of a view set on a different aspect of how they watch wrestling compared to what we used to. The
Yeah.
World Heavyweight Championship would have never been around Edge if Cena did not let it happen. Like, those are some of the things that they took a ball and they were like, hey, are you sure we should take it? All right. Edge went and got established with the World Heavyweight title and then finally became the main champion after proving, hey, I could do this. If we
I
want to
thought
say
he
other
won the
guys,
WWE championship
Edge,
first when he cashed in.
Yeah, he
he
won
won
the
the world.
WWE
first.
Championship, but in 2009 he did win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
Where he
I knew
cashed
that.
in the Money
He
in the
was
Bank
the guy that they
on
considered
the
because of
Undertaker.
Triple H. And them.
That's right.
So
Listen,
I mean,
man.
it's different
Yeah.
guys that got those
Yeah.
establishments, but it's like,
Before we wrap it up, last question: what's your guys' thoughts on the tag team titles, the WWE new tag team titles?
bro,
Probably the best set of
man,
titles in WWE right now. In wrestling, actually. I would say
the
I don't think
SmackDown
there's a
ones.
nicer belt. Yeah, the SmackDown ones
Oh boy,
in wrestling right now. I'll be honest with you. They're beautiful, man.
Yeah, they remind me of
Yeah.
the original
Yeah.
WWF tag
The
teams.
red
They
and
got
blue and
shape.
gold.
Yeah, man,
Mhm.
those are beautiful,
unexpected blue lettering.
tag team titles. And
It's just
last
beautiful.
thing, man, screw to Becky, man. She did not have to win the Women's World Heavyweight
All right,
Championship this
I
Monday
do want
night
to.
on
Throw
Raw,
that shit
man.
away,
Before we
man.
leave, I want to cut on this
Come
before
on,
we leave.
really?
I want to cut on this before we leave. Now, but Bully Ray said it at its best. The reason why they did it is because you want a star to carry it in the same scenario. Obviously, we are going to see it because you've said it before. Liv still needs a
Boring.
build. Liv still needs that build a
Boring.
little bit. Nia still needs a little bit of build. Who's the more established one? Becky is. Becky's obviously not going to have the title that long because she was supposed to have been gone already.
Listen,
Like,
I'm about to
we
hit.
Yeah,
saw
I'm
her
about
in
to
the
hit.
she's
overseas
supposed to be still out.
Hey, commission.
You
I'm about
do
to hit
something
Warren
like
with the what chant. I'm about to hit him with the what chant, y'all. What? Good, Warren. Keep talking. Keep talking.
I mean,
Yo,
it
listen,
is
you're
what it
not
is.
wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. See, the thing,
It's going to
I
make
agree with
Liv's
you.
win more better at that
I-
time in my same scenario.
I
because she
agree
beat
with
Becky.
no. I don't think it's gonna make her better. I think that's the bullshit everybody keeps getting hung up on. If she beats Becky, she beats Becky. But the thing is, everybody's already annoyed seeing that shit already to start with. So it's not like it's something that's. Think about this. How I think about it. And Bubba Ray, I heard Bubba Ray said it too. Of course he said it because it's the business. It's the business. All that bullshit. You don't really want to see somebody you don't really know. You don't want to see somebody you don't really know. But you know what you do want to see? You want to see surprises. You want to see shit that you don't know. You want to see shit that's foreign. That's attractive too. And that's always the aspect that gets forgotten about. Everybody plays it safe. Oh, Rhea's injured.
Example,
Who
Damian
do we
Priest.
who?
And I feel
Damian
like-
Priest
and
is
I-
a surprise, and that was a big surprise. And everybody was fucking great to see that. Now he's got to prove himself. Now he's got
How
to
did
prove.
you do on that promo?
Yeah, but then
Did he
but,
make you invest?
It was ass.
from Becky Lynch.
Exactly.
I looked at it.
There's the
All right,
story.
good, Dre.
There's
Good,
the
Dre.
thing.
I look at Becky Lynch. Obviously, they obviously had to call an audible. Becky Lynch is like the
You
Stone
just
Cold
completed
of
my
the
case
women's
on that.
division.
No, we go.
She's
Yeah, I
and that's
know.
what I said. She's the one. She's the Stone
That's
Cold
why I play
of the
safe.
women's division, and they just gave her the belt. And
Boring.
now when you have like a Liv Morgan or Nia Jax or whoever else or Raquel or whatever wanting to be champion, or if they have that opportunity, now they could beat the Stone Cold version of the women's division in a Becky Lynch. Now, yeah, I know they gave it to her, and
Charlotte's
it
still the
seemed like she
best.
was supposed to have been.
Nah,
You said she's
Of
the
all
best.
That's
time.
true.
You
Charlotte
said
is the
she's
greatest
best.
of all time. It is what
Charlotte?
it is.
Are you tripping?
Woman wrestler of all time.
Woman wrestler of all
Of all
time.
time.
I don't know.
Second right behind her is Trish Stratus.
She did.
I mean,
Nah, I
Trish
wouldn't say
Stratus.
that.
I
wouldn't say that.
mean,
Trish Stratus
I'm
is not a
biased
better wrestler than fucking Becky Lynch.
because
Trish
Trish
I'm
Stratus is not
biased.
a better
I love
wrestler
Trish Stratus.
than Bailey.
No, not better wrestler though. I think it was
Yeah.
I'm
the
not saying
character
better
position
wrestler. I'm
at the
talking about
time as well
character.
too.
Oh,
But
character.
wrestler, Charlotte,
Yeah.
yes. Hands down.
Sasha,
Yeah,
then Sasha
Sasha-
Banks. Well,
Yes.
I don't know.
For the
I don't know.
short amount of time,
we might have an
for the
argument on that
level
one.
that she has carried the business
What up, bro?
standpoint. That's why I say it. Because of the whole establishment. Charlotte never wrestled on the indies and became one of the biggest trailblazing women wrestlers.
But
of
her
all time.
father is Ric Flair, so that is a question mark
In
by her
reality,
name too. Though. I ain't gonna lie.
Charlotte, it's not just the daughter of Ric Flair anymore. It's Ric Flair, the father of Charlotte Flair. I mean Charlotte Flair. That's
Damn,
my
I
opinion.
just forgot what I was about to say. I was about to say some good shit. I just forgot what I was going to say. Do you have a YouTube page so I can subscribe? You can subscribe to all of our. My bad, I'm reading comments and shit.
I think all of ours are on this thing.
Yeah, all of ours are on the page. Brian Williams. We appreciate you watching, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
please
it.
subscribe to us all and
definitely.
keep us going. But I was gonna say something about. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Remember Warren too, man. Another big thing, and this is going in Charlotte in them favor. You know, Trish Stratus got by a lot because she was showing them titties and them ass for most of her fucking career.
And of course, at that time too, yeah.
Yeah, in that time period.
It was nothing.
Only a manager,
It was all about
changed,
TNA.
That's what I'm
She
saying.
changed.
You gotta give
She
her the
definitely
respect
changed.
standpoint.
Oh yeah,
And she became one of the main girls on that company for a
for
long
sure
fucking time.
because we love Trish Stratus.
A beautiful face and that could work. Like in reality, she could work. Like they did some stuff. Her and Lita carried that company for those whole times. I mean, as much as we
The
want to
women's
talk about
division.
Stacey
I
Keebler
was
and
gonna
stuff
say the
like
whole
that,
company.
like
Yeah, the women's
Yeah,
division,
I
yeah, for
mean,
sure.
they were
Yeah,
the
they
first
definitely
main
did their
event
thing.
for a women match for a long time.
And Raw, yeah, they really did.
Lita
But
almost killed
that's
herself.
what's up, man.
yeah,
Look at
that's a
Commission
big
Talks.
argument. We'd have to conversate that on the whole show, maybe. Talk
We'll save
about
them
like
next
that
week.
time
There's
period.
the next week topic right there.
Hey, yo, man, definitely a great vibe. Appreciate everyone tuning in, man. Here on Commission Talks, man. We live, buzzing with Marlowe, the Beeline Entertainment LLC, and of course the 11:30 podcast. So make
Oh
sure you
yeah,
definitely like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell a friend about the podcast show and Commission Talk every Wednesday, 5 p.m. live here on YouTube and
It
social media
alternates. It
everywhere.
alternates.
It
alternate.
alternates around. So next week I think it'd be Brian Weeks, but we'll chat about it or whatever like
Yeah.
that. But any final thing you guys want to say before we wrap it up and roll on out of here?
Hey man, same thing. Great night, man. Appreciate you guys. It's a lot of fun. You know, wrestling is fun right now because WrestleMania definitely does
YouTube in that
dominate.
chat. Oh my god.
Yo, me and Dre was going at it because Raw was
I'm like,
crazy,
y'all
yo.
didn't even want to say it. No one
Yo.
put a text or anything. I'm just sitting there listening to it driving home. I'm just like,
Bruh,
damn,
ain't nobody got
this
time to be
bro.
typing this shit. I don't
Yeah,
be typing
no,
shit.
I
I
started that whole
man.
thing with them. I started that whole thing, and then me and Drake got clicked into it. And Blackheart never got attached to it. He would always text us. And then when we were like, when you got in there, I was like, oh yeah, Brian's fitting in already.
Oh
We
yeah,
started doing the voice message.
I was
thing.
over there, bro. Listen, I was sending messages to people so many fucking messages.
It
Whether
was
I was
like,
talking,
damn. I'm like, this is
yeah,
all voice.
voice messages is my shit. I can't do that
Yeah.
typing for an hour shit,
Y'all
yo.
had
I
me
got too much to
crying
say.
when y'all were saying stuff. Oh my gosh. I was just like, I don't even have to watch the show. They gave it to me right here.
Yeah. But
Whatever,
guys,
guys.
listen, we're gonna talk about it. Like Warren saying, like me and Dre was watching Raw this week, and we was just like,
Y'all
we had to talk about it. But we're gonna have STR tonight. Continuing Wrestle Talk Wednesdays, of course. No guests. It's just gonna be me, Lay, and of course Slim. And we're gonna be talking about pretty much the same thing we're talking about on here. Pretty similar, like just kind of recovering everything and going over everything. But we're really gonna be diving into some definitely like what's next shit. Talking about the events that happened on Raw. So if you want to see continuation of the conversation, definitely join us over there.
Okay.
Also, guys, I want to share this with y'all too. I've been talking about it forever, and it looks like at the end of this month we are going to have the new wrestling game that we're going to be pushing through. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of really fun questions. I'll go ahead and just give you guys one right now. Let's just see how well Commission is gonna do on it. All right, so let's see. You ready? It's a big one.
Okay.
What was John Cena's first title?
The United States
First
Championship.
time? Yeah.
United States Championship. Ding, ding, ding. Ah, he got it. Oh, shit. So it's going to be some trivia like that. Just to explain, this is like a really small example. It's basically going to be two teams going to go at it with wrestling trivia. I'm going to be the host, of course. And even though I am a part of both of these shows, STR as well as Commission, you might see, Dre and Warren and
Oh,
Lane
definitely. Most
as a
definitely.
team.
I
You know
love
what I mean?
wrestling trivia shit.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
oh my
it's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
fun. And we want you guys to watch. We want you guys to enjoy. We want you guys to jump in the comments and stuff like that. But we're going to be going head to head with different podcasts and stuff like that. Devin be talking. I'm going to hit
I
him
am
up.
the WrestleNary champion for the OTTR mob right now, though.
Okay. Well, all right. You got, I don't know what that is. What is it? What is that?
Well,
what is that?
Shiz made a wrestling game show a long time. It's called WrestleNary, and they do like the
Okay.
same kind of things, like a Wheel of Fortune type nostalgia thing. It was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
But yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Dre had a blast last time with them, so trivia with wrestling, like you don't get to see that often. So
Let's go.
I think that's gonna be fun. But I do want to say happy birthday, Matthew. Today he is officially 12.
Happy birthday, Maddie.
This kid is
birthday.
one of the strongest human beings I've ever met in my life.
That's awesome,
I'm
man.
blessed to say I got a 12-year-old now. But definitely Buzzing with Marlowe. We've been playing Buzzing with Gaming more than anything right now. Just to keep on tack for a little bit. Just wanted to reprocess and stuff like that. Obviously, I think we're going to do a live episode next week. So I know we've been getting people asking, hey, when we go to some interviews? I'm like, yeah, just ease up. My daughter deleted all pre-recorded, all 40 episodes I had.
God.
So yeah, that's why it's no
Punishment right there.
episodes right now. So ABC Mouse found a way to eliminate everything that I pre-recorded.
That's crazy.
I want to give a shout out to DCCW, Baker County. Y'all were awesome last Saturday, man. We blew that building out. Seeing Pope and seeing some other NWA talent come in was pretty fun. My match was very something to remember for sure. My shoulder definitely tells you the same. But man, super awesome crowd, super awesome things that we have done. Looking forward to June 26th. That's going to even be more funner. But man, like we've all said, man, we've got a lot of things coming up. We've been growing outrageously with commission talks.
Really?
I want to say something on commission talks as a whole, man. This was just a sample, just to have a collab and have fun, have a gentleman's chat. I say it all the time. Dre even said it too. Brian has been one of the best perfect fits that we've had, just because the energy standpoint has been something that's really fun. Like when we do these episodes, we used to be like on a set time, and it's like, damn, we forgot we're already on almost 2 hours. We're already on this. Like, yeah, that just tells you like how good this chat has been. Even shout out to Blackheart and all the past commission guys we've had. I mean, we've had some trial and errors, but hey, it's been an absolute blast. We want to thank everybody for the love and support that we have been doing. I mean,
for sure,
we've done this now for officially almost 4 years now. So that's insane to say that commission talks has been this long.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Definitely what's up.
We've been the long haul, bro. We've been the long
definitely. I appreciate everyone, man, for real, for the support. They'll definitely tune in on Commission Talk. We got almost about 30, 40 people, tuning in. So it's actually, awesome. And, love you guys for hearing us chat wrestling, man. And also to Warren, man, that's where my little man come in here with my computer. Hey, you better get away from this computer. You better not touch it, boy. You better not touch it.
Work.
I locked my door. Go ahead,
yeah, I put the
because
you got this old little playpen where you don't use, so it's like in front of the door and it's a bunch of shit in it. So don't you move it and don't come in here or whatever. But hey, I wish the best on that, Warren. New episode. I know that's crazy. New episode of the 1130 podcast is out with legendary singer, rapper, dancer.
Check
Law,
that out. Check that out. Great episode, bro.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Where he comes on and talk about a bunch of shit from being in the music industry, working with Amy Winehouse and Son of a Black Panther, just a bunch of stuff. So great episode right there, and a great episode still to come. Hopefully my son don't get in here. I don't want to jinx myself. And also, Talk Pro Wrestling returns this Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, man, we're going to be talking more wrestling, man. Got the draft and other stuff coming. So, other than that, man, this been great as well. WTW Wrestle Talk Wednesday. Tune in to the straight through the ropes tonight, man. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So definitely tune in. Man, for myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, my guy Warren Marlowe, host of Buzzing with Marlowe, and Brian B. Until next time, we'll see you next Wednesday. Peace.
Ooh, y'all.